The assembly elections in Haryana, which have of course been announced. Polling for all 90 seats will be held on 1st October. The results will be announced on the 4th of October. The term of the current government in Haryana will of course be ending on the 3rd of November 2024. Elections will be taking place very, very soon for all 90 constituencies. Interestingly, ahead of the polling, BJP and INLD have urged the EC to postpone the date of the upcoming elections. The parties have cited a clash with weekends, public holidays and religious festivals as the main reason for their request. Meanwhile, the Congress, though, has dismissed this as an excuse because they say the BJP acknowledges that it is weak. Parties, of course, are in full swing now to grab a majority mark and form a government in the state. To speak on this is a very well-known face from Haryana, someone who, of course, has been in politics for many decades now. I'm talking about Chaudhary Birender Singh, former Union Minister and senior Congress leader. Chaudhary Sahab, welcome to NewsX. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chaudhary Birender Singh, the bugle has been blown. Polling is all set to take place very, very soon. Now, before I get to the election issues and your strategy, what is your take on this demand from the BJP? The BJP's state president, Mr. Badoli, has said that the polling date should be pushed because he is worried that the turnout will be very, very low. We believe the INLD has also supported this demand.
Actually, if you see the voters' behavior, there may be festivals, there may not be festivals. If somebody is to vote, he will go for voting. And asking for 6 days because of holidays or they would be out, that has no argument to make the election not on the same date, but to give 5-6 days. So there is, of course, a feeling in the political circles that either they think that the tourists, those who would be out of the state, they are only BJP voters. That is not the situation. Actually, what I feel is they are buying time for some other arrangements which a political party wants to have, and that too a party which is in power. So I don't think there is any reason for postponing it or preponing it.
Okay. Now, as far as, of course, these elections are concerned, you have joined the Congress earlier in the year. Obviously, you knew that Haryana elections were later this year. What was the main reason, Chaudhary Birender Singh, that you decided to join along with your wife the Congress party? You've been a leader of the BJP for the last 10 years. You also, of course, have been a union minister. Your son, though, had resigned before you and joined the Congress. You chose to join it, of course, at a different stage. What was the main reason behind this decision of yours to leave the BJP and come back to the Congress, the party that you were with earlier?
Actually, there can be number of reasons, but the only thing which I never digested or I never thought to be more comfortable with this kind of ideology, and that ideologically a man who has been in Congress for 42 years, I had this impression that there may be two different ideologies, but at one point of time, what I thought is that the differences may not be that much, and ultimately political system is meant for peace, tranquility, coexistence, and in a parliamentary democracy, I must go for that. But when I joined BJP, when I saw the working in the organization and even in the government, I thought that there is a lot of difference between the Congress ideology and the ideology of the BJP. So my basic reason to go out of BJP was ideologically, I never was comfortable.
But you know, your critics will say, of course, Chaudhary Sahab, that you resign now because you weren't a minister anymore and because your son was not going to get the ticket in 2024?
That is, my son decided not during the time of ticket distribution. Rather, he decided to go out of the party, and there was a reason for that, that Rahul Gandhi ji and my son, they were member of the Defense Standing Committee, and that committee, they were there for 3 to 4 years, and constantly they were in touch with each other and wanted, at one point of time, my son explained my position also, that I am not comfortable with the BJP ideology. So Rahul Gandhi wanted him to be, or he decided that better you come to Congress party. That was the decision of my son. And what I told you, he is the only, you may be knowing, he is the only BJP sitting MP who decided to quit party. There were others also, but they took the decision when they were denied ticket.
Yes.
My son was not in that category. And, if you have seen that there was a line, long line of political people joining BJP because they thought this is the better place. Even from congressmen, people were going to BJP. But my son is the exception who decided to go to Congress.
Yes. Now, of course, elections have been announced. A ticket distribution will happen very, very soon. Screening committee meeting of the Congress party has already started. Who finally gets the tickets, that of course the Congress leadership will decide. But are you hopeful that a ticket will be announced for a member of your family?
Yes, actually it is not the question of family, because I and my wife, we have not applied for ticket. Birender Singh, my son, of course, he wanted to contest Lok Sabha, but as you know, ultimately he was not given nomination, and now he would contest from Ochana, and that is, he has applied for the nomination from Haryana constituency, and it is the party's decision to give him nomination, and if party gives him nomination, he will have a massive mandate with the people, of the people.
Yes. What is the situation right now in Ochana, if we talk about, because you've of course been on ground there, your son is also working hard in the constituency. Are things looking favorable for your victory? Also, if we talk about overall the district of Hisar, where of course you've had enormous clout yourself, are things looking favorable for the Congress?
Ochana constituency is not in the Hisar district, that is Jeend.
Yes, but Birender of course has had a lot of clout in Hisar as well.
But Hisar is our parliamentary constituency. Hisar, 7 segments of Hisar, 1 segment of Jeend district, that is Ochana, and the other segment, the 9th segment, is from Bhiwani district. So, if you want to know in one line, there is a complete, disagreement with the style of functioning of BJP. And from my constituency, the Deputy Chief Minister Dushyant was the MLA, and the way he conducted himself in the entire tenure of 4.5 years, there is total rejection, not in Ochana constituency, but if you have seen the record of parliament election voting strength, the entire JJP could score only 0.89% of the vote.
Yes.
So they don't have the place even, but what I've made it so many times clear that let Dushyant should contest from here, so that the massive mandate was given to the by the electorate to this man, people would ask him, what you have done for the last 4.5 years for this constituency. And I don't think there is any difficulty as far as Birender Singh is concerned. If he contests, he will have a clear sweep.
So not just Jeend, but you believe Hisar, Bhiwani, Mahendragarh are all favouring the Congress party. Now, you spoke about this style of the BJP that people aren't happy with anymore. I have to ask you though, because earlier in the year, BJP has effected a change in Chief Minister. Manohar Lal Khattar has moved from the state to the centre now, and Nayaab Singh Saini has, of course, assumed charge as Chief Ministership. Do you believe this is a strategy that will help the BJP? They've tried to, of course, finish off the anti-incumbency of Mr. Khattar by bringing in a new face. They're also trying to use Nayaab Singh Saini's caste to their advantage as well. So it's an interesting strategy of the BJP. You don't believe it's going to work, though?
If you see, because I have a electoral politics experience of 52 years, and especially if you see Haryana, how people behave, that is clear that a voter decides well before time, maybe 1 year before or 6 months before, whom they are to support or whom he is to support. So this kind of change, where they think that it will bring some change to the voters' thinking, I don't agree to that. The perception, if at all some changes are made, maybe of the Chief Minister change, or maybe of the some concessions given to the voters at the last moment, voters are now very knowledgeable, very intelligent to make it clear that these are only for election purposes to get votes. So no change of Chief Minister is going to help BJP.
What about the caste consolidation as well? Because so far, we've seen the Jat vote, of course, go against the BJP, but the BJP has capitalized on the other castes in Haryana.
Actually, I should not talk about the caste combination, but
it's a reality, Chaudhary Sahab. You know how it is on ground.
Reality may be there, but if you say that farming community as a whole, they don't want to vote for BJP.
Okay.
And side by side, the entire population which enjoy the privilege of reserved category, maybe in education, maybe in services, they are also apprehensive of one factor, that BJP is not in a position to make sure that the same system of reservation would continue. And so many, acts or so many actions on the part of BJP. In our state, that one thing is HRKN policy, where the employment is given for temporary basis, and that too, without any reservation. So this kind of feeling, if it exists with the scheduled caste people, they are not going to support BJP. And if you calculate this kind of population, they constitute about more than 70% of the population. And 70% of the population, if they decide not to vote for BJP, then the only alternative which is visible, that is Congress party. Yes. Because regional parties have lost their, even lost their